Calypso, and I invite you to compete.
I am Michael Zimmerman with Collider. It's nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you too.
I'm actually very excited you're all in the same room because it's kind of a lot easier than having you all on different screens, which is great.
We're excited about it too.
So I want to know, what were those first conversations like with Michael Jonathan Smith when coming into this established post-apocalyptic world? How were you briefed, and what were some important things that he noted with your characters?
Use the full name.
That was really.
Was I supposed to call it MJ? Or
No,
like,
that was perfect.
I loved it. Yeah,
I love
Okay.
it.
Okay.
I'm like, Michael Jonathan. I love
Michael Jonathan.
Well, my conversation with him. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, please.
Yeah, he briefed me on. I had already watched season 1, but he had briefed me on where we left off, just as a reminder. And he's very passionate about the show. He loves it so much. He's such a great showrunner. But yeah, he gave me a little bit of information on where my character was going, which was really, really helpful. Sometimes you don't get that. Sometimes it's just episode by episode, and you're like, well, I don't know. So it was really nice to know the trajectory of my character. But he also just gave me so many different colors to play with. He was like, she's a leader. She is in charge of this group, this cult, if you will, of dolls. And they have a mission of bringing down the walls, and she's the person that's keeping that mission alive. She's the fire behind it. So that, and also, the emotional soft parts and her relationship with John, and Quiet. I think she does have a soft spot for Quiet as well. Yeah, he talked about all those things with me, the different colors. And so that was really fun.
I mean, after my first conversation with him, I think I had like 2 pages of notebook notes, just like from how much he like went into the depth of the character and like where they came from in the game, and then where it goes in the season. And then like, I think we were talking about like Hot Topic and stuff, like just anything that would like this character represent. Are you laughing at Hot Topic?
I'm a Hot Topic kid.
No, I know.
But me and Raven, we're like this.
But then there's just so much depth to this person, and so he's just a wealth of knowledge, information, pathos, ethos, character. Like he had it all, and we just wanted more and more and more from him. He's just really brilliant.
I could genuinely listen to that man talk for ever, quite possibly, which is something I won't say for most men, I'll be honest. But no, I feel like I was on a show once that was like the most, like, our showrunner was the most secretive like man ever, and he was like, who knows what the last scene of the last episode is going to be? We're not going to give anyone it until like the final, like until we're filming it. And it's really fun when like all of that stuff is like these surprises and these like big shocks. But I think I really just loved how open and giving and of information that MJ was with all of us, because I do feel like there was another level to understand about her just from the person who created her's perspective, especially with Mayhem like not being a character in Twisted Metal the game originally. Like she was thought up by these people, and all I could imagine, like all I could think was like, oh, I like need to soak up every ounce of like what you imagined when you were picturing this girl. I was already shocked enough that they were somehow picturing someone who looked like me, but I was like, I want to know everything that, every tiny little tick that she has or whatever. And at certain points, I'm saying this just because it's cool, at certain points there were really awesome moments where MJ would tell us like certain things about like what he had in mind for our characters like originally, and like different storylines and like plots that they were thinking of originally for like all of our characters. And like we were lucky enough to hear some of that from MJ and Grant at one point.
Yeah.
It is like
That's cool.
it's just awesome because you can see how endless this world is in their eyes, in their creative vision. It's like I feel like they could make this go on forever just because it feels like their lives.
And they know the backstory, like from the very beginning. From the
Yeah.
very beginning, and there's so many flashbacks, so it's really, that's an important part too,
Yeah.
because you don't normally get to play a past version of a character.
Patty, there's a moment where Quiet mentions to Raven if her girlfriend were to come back, would she even recognize Raven?
Yeah.
What do you think that says about
Ooh.
her girlfriend's death, and what has changed about Raven that would be unrecognizable?
Yeah, no, I think that's a big moment where I think that lands on her in a real way. Like, I think the version that Kelly knew was like, all of this was kind of just for fun, like the stuff that they were, getting into, and like the mischief was just like for fun. And now all of a sudden she's taken it to the point where she's like ending people's lives over this. It's just like blown out of proportion, and she's gotten a little too big for her britches. And so I do think that moment is really impactful to her, but I think it also fuels, like, how dare you tell me how anything,
Saylor, a lot of Mayhem's motives are just to find somewhere to belong, or find of a makeshift family. Uh, what do you think? How do you think her story develops through season two as she starts to develop this mother-daughter relationship with Quiet, but then Quiet also has an allegiance to John. You don't know where she fits in. How do you think that messes with her thinking and her decision making?
I think there is a very unintentional like naivety to Mayhem that I don't think she even really understands or realizes or connects as quickly as she wants, like she honestly could. Like, this is someone who has like showed up for her when like she's never had that. And I think it's like really beautiful that it's, just slowly but surely growing into something very real and very mutual. And it, wasn't even just like for the show, for the cameras. Like, I was actively getting to know Stephanie more every single day and feeling more and more like she was an older sister and teaching me just like everything that I could have ever, aspired to know from someone as phenomenal as her, truly. So
Uh,
it felt like natural. It felt beautiful and natural and easy.
that's amazing. Well, thank you all so much for your time. This has been amazing. It's very nice to meet you three, and I'm excited for people to see season two. So thank you again.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much. It's so nice to meet you.